Betrayal, it's a wound that just cuts deeper than almost anything else, doesn't it? The big question is, can you truly heal from it? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into the core message of Lynette Thomas's book, Overcoming the Wounds of Betrayal. We're going to look at her faith-based path from that deep heartbreak all the way to wholeness. But before we get into the details, let's just stop for a second and think about this. What does being betrayed actually mean to you? I mean, it's such a personal, painful experience, right? And the book starts right there by giving us a really powerful shared way to understand this kind of pain. So, what's the book's take on it? Well, it says betrayal is more than just being disappointed. It's about being failed, deserted by someone you trusted. And usually, it happens when you needed them the most. That distinction, that's what gets right to the heart of why it's so devastating. It's that violation of trust right at its core. Okay, so here's our plan. We'll start with the wound of betrayal itself. Then we'll look at the emotional scars it leaves. After that, we're going to talk about facing yourself in that internal battle. Then we'll get into the actual path to healing, and finally, what life can look like once you get to the other side. To really get at how deep these wounds go, the book uses a really powerful story from the Bible, the story of Tamar. It's a story of trust that gets completely and utterly shattered. So it all starts with some serious manipulation. Tamar's half-brother, Amnon, fakes being sick. He gets his father, the king, to send Tamar to his rooms to take care of him, and she, of course, goes in totally innocent. She just wants to help her brother, someone she trusts. But Amnon's motives were anything but pure. He violated her. And then, in this just incredibly cruel twist, the love he pretended to have for her instantly turns into this intense hatred. He literally has his servant throw her out and lock the door. The betrayal is complete. And this is where you see the real long-term damage. Tamar's life as a princess, it's over. She is left absolutely brokenhearted, and she spends the rest of her life in a state the book calls desolation. Think about that word. Joyless, barren, abandoned. Her entire future was just stolen in that one moment. See, Tamar's story really shows us that the awful event itself is, it's just the beginning. The book makes a powerful point here. It's the emotional scars that come after that become these, quote, hidden hindrances. And those are the things that can keep someone trapped for their entire life. And what's so interesting is how the book talks about these emotions. It doesn't just say, oh, you'll feel angry. No, it sees things like anger, bitterness, resentment, that lack of trust. It sees them as active roadblocks. The author calls them emotional chains that literally stop people from moving forward into the life they were meant to live. But right here, right in the middle of all that pain, is the book's core solution. It offers this promise.